Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again for our weekly webinar series. We're thrilled to see those of you guys who are back here again and appreciate your attendance. I'm excited to introduce my colleagues who are with me today, but first let me tell you what we're talking about. So today we're going to turn the spotlight on video instruction and hopefully, fingers crossed, show you some new things that you did not know Google could do. And I have a lot of confidence in this one. I learned a bunch of new things working with Daryl and Brooke on this webinar. So just a reminder, like every week, these slides are available to you so that you can go back and review any content or get any directions that you might have missed. And just like always, it's that date, fried.tech/4-13-21. Don't forget about the free or not chart. And don't forget that Spanish subtitles will be coming soon after this webinar is over, but they are not available live. And now I want to introduce my colleagues. Brooke, how are you today?
Hey, everybody. I am doing great. And I am really excited that we're here. And I'm excited that Daryl is with us. And we're also excited that Daryl brought his bow tie. He made sure to let us know he put that on just
Tuesday.
for everybody today. And I'm
Bow tie
excited.
Tuesday. Thank you.
Yes.
Gym shorts at the bottom, bow tie up top.
I feel bad. I forgot mine. Maybe next time. Hey, Daryl, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's always great to see you all and everyone out there. Finally, we get to do this because 2 weeks ago we were supposed to have this happen. But
yes, you're right.
Today,
this is
so hooray.
Yeah, this is the moment we've all been waiting for because our webinar didn't work last time. So, all right, cool. Well, let's get started and see what we can learn today. All right, so we're going to start off today with sharing video through Google Meet. And Brooke, I think you're talking us through this part, aren't you?
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone right now is singing the "Do You Hear What I Hear?" Isn't it a Christmas song?
I
love that you sang that for us.
Yes. High above the sea, shining in the sky.
Yes.
Something.
These are the moments that we all are here
People
for.
are dropping
right
now.
Yeah.
People are leaving now.
I see the numbers going down.
They're plummeting. What do we do?
So let's learn about the audio we actually want to hear on today's webinar. So we are going to be talking about how to share your audio inside of Google Meet. So we know that everyone right now is using Google Meet to work with their students virtually and with their colleagues. And so sometimes you have audio on, maybe it's another web page or maybe it's on another tab altogether on a slide deck. And you want your audience that's virtually meeting with you to be able to hear that audio. In Meet, it's really simple. When you're inside of a Meet, and I know Amy has this queued up and ready to go, when you click on the Present Now button, you're able to click on a tab. Even notice it says best for video and animation. So that's the only way your audience is going to be able to hear the sound coming through something else on your computer. So when she clicks on the tab, it's going to pull up all of her tabs in the list that she has open, and she'll pick the one that she wants to share. We may not be seeing that tab, or it may just be thinking.
You guys aren't seeing it. I'm seeing it. But what I see is a list of all of the tabs that I have open right now. And then down at the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little box that says share audio. And Brooke, you want me to make sure that's checked, right?
Yep. You want to make sure you check that share audio. But if you forget, you're going to be able to toggle that on when you come to the next screen too. So that's really nice. When you go back to your Meet window and it'll show you what you're presenting, you'll be able to toggle on the audio as well there. So that's really nice. But notice that now that Amy has pulled up her Google slide deck that she has here, she has inserted audio by using the Insert Audio feature inside of Google Slides. She has a song on here that she wants to play before her students come on. And at the very top, she has a banner that says, sharing this tab to meet.google.com. And she can click stop there if she needs the music to stop or she wants to stop completely. However, what happens if she goes to another? Let's say she switches over to YouTube that she has open there. Her students are not going to get any audio from this tab because it's still sharing the last tab that she was on. But notice that the banner at the very top has changed. It now says, hey, you're sharing this you're not sharing this tab, you're sharing another one. But you can click share this tab instead. And it is a clean transition. And that's what's really nice for your students, is because you don't have to unshare, reshare, wait for all that buffering time. It's just a quick transition to move over. I know when I taught Thank you, Daryl.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. When I had my classroom with, I taught history, there were a lot of times I would pull up really great websites that had embedded videos that were not on YouTube or something that I could pull out. This would be a great way for me to use this feature with my students as I can navigate to the website, share that tab audio, and then they'll be able to watch that video and us have live discussion about it.
Super cool. Super cool. I actually did not realize that it was that easy to switch the audio over and that you could go back to Meet and do that while after you had already shared. I thought if you didn't click the box beforehand, you were just kind of done.
Yeah, there's just a little bitty toggle that you can just toggle that right back over. Now, you have to have clicked share a tab. If you did your full window, that's not going to work. You'll have to exit out of that share and go into a tab. It's always about the tab.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Really handy. Thank you, Brooke.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your slides. And I think what you have here is a reminder to everybody exactly what those controls look like. So that's super handy. But so I know we use this in all kinds of different ways, and you've thought through some ways. How can people actually use this feature, Brooke?
So they can use this for a lot of different reasons and ways. So I would play my audio music before starting a webinar, or maybe I would go in and use this for like music that I want to play. Now, I do want to make sure that everyone understands that it's really important a lot of times to look at royalty-free music, especially if you're using any type of live streaming or live streaming to YouTube, because we all know that we only have a split second of panic, right? That can throw a whole thing off. So you don't want YouTube to block you for that content. You want to have that little bit of that royalty-free music will really help.
Just to be clear, what will happen if you live stream to YouTube with music that is copyright protected is your live stream will immediately stop.
Yeah,
So
it's going to
just
shut
so
you
you
down.
know that. It's very, very important to know that. Not that that's ever happened to me before, but it could happen to any one of us, and I don't want it to be you. So there you
So we're
go.
lucky because we were singing in the beginning of this
Right, and it
webinar.
was just like the professional
And we're just
sounds.
fine. So
Yes, so yeah.
you
And
never
I
know.
apologize that I hear that we're getting an echo, but I'm muted and unmuted, and I did all the things, and it's just one of those days. So hopefully, when we switch over to everyone else, you guys won't be getting the double talk that I just gave you.
All right, cool. Well, what else do you have to share with us today, Brooke?
All right. So just to make sure, we also know about live stream meetings, because this is important for a lot of our school districts who are wanting to maybe not have everybody in the meet. They want them to watch it in a live streaming manner. So you want to make sure that you work with your IT admin for them to enable this. So this is something that the district is going to have to decide if they want to turn it on, make it available. So you're going to work with your IT admins to enable this feature. You can make this so that it's only those who are inside of your domain. So that means those who have the same, ending on your email address, right? Only your school friends, your district folks will be able to join these live stream meetings. There is a way to do this outside of the domain, but again, you're going to work with your IT admin for them to set that up so that they know exactly how they want those permissions to be set up for security reasons. The greatest part about this is it's all just through a simple Google Calendar invite. So when you're in your Google Calendar invite, and Amy, I think if you go 2 more slides, you'll see that set up. There we go. So this is just a screenshot of a Google Calendar event. And when you go underneath where it says join with Google Meet, you'll find add live stream. If this is enabled in your district, that you will see add live stream. It's going to give you a new link, and that link will be your live stream link. Anyone who you want to watch and participate with commenting options only, that is the link you will give them. But let's say Amy and I are going to be doing this presentation together. I'm still going to add Amy to this event as a guest in the guest spot, just like I would if I was going to be joining with her with a Google Meet, because she is going to be another co-creator with me on that event, and I want people to be able to see her. I want her to be able to interact with me. But anyone who's going to be watching just the live stream, they need this other link.
Okay, cool. So if we were doing this right now, then you and me and Daryl would all be on the calendar event, invited to it, and everybody else would be a guest, and they would be joining in kind of a different way. Is that right?
Exactly. And don't forget that this is part of the Education Plus and the Teaching and Learning platform. So this is going to be on those 2 paid tiers.
Awesome. Thanks, Brooke. All right. I think we're transitioning now, if I'm
We
not
are.
mistaken. It's hard to remember slide from slide, but look, here we are. And I think we're going to be hearing from Daryl now about the missing link. Daryl,
A
Oh,
missing link.
what does that mean,
Ooh,
Daryl?
Very mysterious.
Yes, it really
So
is.
I'm going to show you because Easter was about a week and a half ago. And Easter eggs, right? There are probably some Easter eggs lying around your front lawn or your backyard. You just don't even know because you hid them so well. But there are 2 hidden Easter eggs that are very difficult to find on YouTube that I'm going to show you all today. Are you ready for this?
I mean, you know what? I'm only ready because I've already learned it. It really did blow my mind. And I truly, truly did not know this. I'm not just like Josh and you. I had no idea. So
Yeah, Brooke shared one of these tips with me and it blew my mind too. So we're going to blow everyone else's minds out there.
all right. Teach
Now-
us, Daryl.
All right. So this first one, actually, I got to set my scene here. I have a little story to tell before I show you this feature. Okay. Does everyone know what that is behind me?
Looks like a giant TV.
The big screen TV, 1995. It's a Toshiba, and the TVs back then they're multifunctional, multifaceted. They can be they're a TV, of course. They show you your shows, but they can also work as a coffee table or a nightstand. You can put things on top of it. Try to put your coffee on top of your TV right now. You can't
It
do that in
won't work.
2021. It won't work. So I had my VHS, my video rewinder, my karaoke machine. But there's this feature in 1995. These TVs is picture in picture. Just blew my mind. So Saturday morning cartoons, me and my younger sister would argue, which show are we going to watch? Well, of course, I had the main screen where I was watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and my sister would watch My Little Pony on the top right with no audio. So that picture-in-picture feature just blew my mind. But 2021, picture-in-picture is back with YouTube. I don't know if you all
Wow,
know this.
awesome.
Yeah. So in YouTube, you have the power to pop that video out. Okay. And to do this, and why would this be beneficial for you? So just imagine your students, right? You give them a YouTube video to watch, you create a screencastify video, upload it to YouTube, and you have a tutorial you want them to watch and complete a Google slide at the same time. Well, before picture in picture, they're switching between tabs back and forth, and they're developing carpal tunnel at such a young age. So we don't want that. We don't want that. So we have picture in picture. You can pop the tutorial video out of YouTube and place it on top of your Google slide presentation and watch the video and do the work at the same time.
So nice.
Right?
It is. My mind is blown by that you can right click something twice and a
Right?
thing will happen.
The secret knock. So there's a secret
Yes.
knock on the YouTube video. You don't right click it once, you right click it twice. The second time you right click it, you'll have the option to do picture in picture and it'll pop the video out. You can resize it. You can do whatever you want. Pause, play. And you know what? But wait, there's more. It also works on the Chromebook. It works.
Yay.
Where
Yeah.
are your sound effects right now?
Oh, that's right.
You forgot to do sound
I
effects
know,
for yourself,
I was so
Daryl.
excited. So I have this. So, that's my womp womp. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's picture in picture. Hope you all like that one.
That one's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I hope so too. I can't wait to go
Yeah.
look at the comments. But wait, there's more.
But
is more.
wait, there's more. There's
And
another
it's not
Easter
even
egg.
$9.95.
It's
Free,
not.
it's free 90 free.
It's free 90 free. You don't have to pay a thing. And Brooke showed this to me a few weeks ago, and I'm like, what? You kidding?
Same.
No.
I felt the same way.
My goodness. So just by changing or adding something to a YouTube link, just a random character, you get to do this amazing next trick here. And we're talking about full screen with no ads, YouTube video links. Because, in the classroom, you share YouTube videos for your students. You play it on your projector screen. You're like, okay, I hope there isn't an inappropriate
Don't let there be a
ad.
beer commercial.
Please
afterwards.
don't let there be a beer
commercial.
commercial or the comments. So please don't let them read the comments.
Yes.
We don't have to worry about this anymore.
Gillette razor. That's always the one that got me in my classroom.
That's the one, right? I'm
Yeah.
your penis. I'm your fire. That's a different razor. Okay, anyways. So here you go. So here, all you have to do, and what this will do, you just add a dash after the T in the YouTube link. So now you have Ute-Ube. And then the rest of the link. Now, I saw some people out there from the Philippines. They know what ube is. It's the best dessert out there. If you've never tried ube, look it up. There's probably some niche bakery next door that has ube cakes. It's amazing. But anyways, Ute-Ube, you copy that link, you share it to your students via Google Classroom, whatever LMS you use, Gmail. You can even write them a letter with the link on there, and they can type it out if they want to. And that YouTube video will come out full screen, no ads, no comments. No worries.
I mean, is the crowd going wild or what? I can't see the comments right
They
now,
are.
but
But
that's
I
what should be happening. Yes, there they are. Now I can hear them. Yes.
But I
So-
just feel like we have to make sure we tell them one thing, Daryl. Just this
Okay.
one important thing.
Okay.
When you on that full screen video, can I click that copy link that's on that full screen video and put that in my Google Classroom for my students to see this feature, or is that going to mess everything up?
That's a good question. I believe you have to do the one on the Omnibox.
You do.
The Omnibox. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yep.
It needs to be the link in the Omnibox that you fix and then share. That's the link you want to share. Yes. Thank you for mentioning that.
Super
But yeah,
cool.
isn't that great? That's amazing. You know what I'm going to do after this? I'm
What?
going to add a dash after every single letter in YouTube and see what magic happens.
I
Oh,
think that's actually a pretty good idea.
Or slide-s.new. Maybe something
Right.
new will
I mean,
Yeah.
we just don't know what else is out there
We
until
don't.
we
we have
try.
no idea.
it's true.
We
Yeah.
have no idea.
You can thank Daryl for spending the rest of his workday discovering new treasures. I'm sure he'll put it on Twitter if he finds anything new.
I will.
So,
Hopefully I
Amy,
find
we
something.
have a quick question here. It says, how does the dash react to filtering? So I can't speak directly to like your specific school filtering, but those filtering programs are meant for all of the sites that go through. So adding that dash should not change that, but I would practice it. Also make sure you get with your IT admin and make sure that they agree with that, but it should still catch the filtering. It shouldn't change anything.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, that's super cool. I don't know if I can compete at all, but all I know is if you don't know the 2 tricks that I'm about to show you, you will be happy at the end of this webinar, but hopefully you're already happy because you already learned something new. So let's take a look at how to have even more control over those YouTube videos. I think we should have called this webinar Video for Control Freaks, but nobody agreed with me, so it didn't get that name, but that's what it should have been called, really. So let's take a look at how we can share a YouTube video at a time. So here's the scenario. I want my kids to watch this certain part of a YouTube video, but turns out there's, 3 minutes at the beginning that are not related to my content or that I don't care if they see or that I just I want to cut out. Well, in the olden days, you had to try to rip the video off YouTube. You had to edit it. You had to put it back somewhere so your students could see. And it's really ineffective. It's probably illegal, but I might or might not have done that in the past, but you weren't supposed to.
Don't talk about it.
No, don't talk about it. Let's
What's
not
your
talk
thing?
about it anymore. Probably the police are coming right now. But my goal was pure, and that's why I felt justified, because I really just wanted my students to see the part of the video that I needed them to see. And this is how you're going to do this now, and it's so much easier than it was in the olden days. So all you have to do is find your YouTube video. So let's go ahead and go to a YouTube video so that we can sort of check this out. So here we are. Here's the YouTube video. So let's say I want this video to start at 19 seconds. Here's the point where I really want my students to start watching. I don't need anything before that. And it could be any point in the video. It could be 1 minute, 6 seconds, whatever. So then what I'm going to do is use my little share down at the bottom, but instead of just copying this link right here, which will make the video start at the beginning, I'm going to put this little checkbox down here and I'm going to start it, and look what it did. It didn't make me figure out that 1 minute and 6 seconds is 66 seconds. It did it for me.
So thankful.
Right. So what if I really don't like that and I decide, oh man, that's not quite right, and I've pasted the URL in there and it wasn't 66 seconds, it starts in the middle of a word and sounds awkward. Could I just change that to 68 and would it work? What do you think?
I mean, I want to say yes, but I have been known to be wrong before.
Let's find out. Will it start at 68 seconds into the video?
I see 1 minute and 8 seconds.
Look at that.
Wow.
It worked. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool. so glad you guys came today. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the audience out there. So this is just a reminder on the slide of how to do this trick later when you want to start your video at a certain spot. So
Awesome.
could I then take this URL and put this special URL into Google Classroom or whatever learning management system I have, or link it in a Google Doc, or put it into a HyperDoc, for example? Could I do all of those things with this URL? Brooke, what do you think?
Yes, I say yes.
I agree with
Absolutely.
you. Yes, I agree with y'all. I could definitely do that. So this URL now becomes the fancy one. If I want to use this video in a minute and I want to start it at a different point, I could just go back and change the number of seconds into the video that I'm starting. Or I could use the handy slider and use my handy share button and it will calculate it for me. But pretty dang cool. And I use that trick a lot. Now, this one, though, was pretty new to me just recently. And this is the ability to put a video into a slide. And now not only can I control the start time, I can also control the end time. So this is exciting because this lets me split a video up over a number of slides. So think about the options here. What I could do then is say, let's say I have made a video, a screencast, and I have made it 3 minutes long. But after 1 minute and 5 seconds, I want my students to stop and do something on the slide. And then maybe I want them to move forward and watch the next 50 seconds of the video. And then I want them to do something else. This is a great strategy for learning. So I'm chunking up the learning. I'm having my students solidify it by doing something. This is the way to do this. Do you guys want me to show how to do this?
I think they would probably love that.
Yes,
Well,
please.
we still have time, so
Yeah.
why not? Let's just go ahead and
Let's
do it.
do it.
And while you're setting that up, I just want to make sure we've had a few people talk about filtering again. I just want you guys to know we do understand that a lot of school districts will block like shortened URLs or, sometimes even like bit.lys or, there's some things that some filters really will block and get. So if this doesn't work in your district, we don't really have a workaround for that. This is just kind of we call it a hack most of the time, but sometimes it's just a quick trick to get you going. But we do know that sometimes filters do block those sort of things.
Yeah, hopefully you can send this this video we're making right now to your IT admin so that he or she can understand why you want this feature enabled and how you're going to be using it in your classroom. Sometimes, we just have to help our friends in IT understand what we're trying to accomplish from an educational perspective. So that's an idea. I like the question we just got from Thomas. Are students able to override the start and end times on an embedded video in a slide? Yes, good point, Thomas. And I think they can.
Yes.
Let's go try it and see. So this time I'm going to take my URL from YouTube again. And I really do like to get the URL from YouTube because I don't know if you guys have noticed the same thing, but I notice that when I go into a slide deck and I start to try to insert a video in there, when I go to insert video up here and I try to search right here, I sometimes find I'm not seeing exactly the same videos I saw on YouTube. Have you all noticed that same
Yeah,
thing?
I've noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like to do my search on YouTube so that I can see really what's out there and vet it and all that. And then I like to paste my URL in the by URL option. So when I do that and I get my video into my slide, it's automatically going to open up my video format options over here on the right-hand side. And now this is where I really get to be a control freak. So do I want it to play when someone clicks it, or do I want it to play automatically? Let's play it automatically. Let's say I want it to start at 10 seconds and I want it to end at 15 seconds. Then I can set all of this up right over here on the side. And when I go into present mode, which I won't do right now, you'll just have to imagine it. When I go into present mode and I click to slide 2, so I start on slide 1, I click to slide 2, the video is going to start and it's going to play 5 seconds. Does that make sense?
You can hit enter since that video is selected and it'll play in your window.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yep. As long as the video is selected, if you hit enter on your keyboard, it should play that video.
Oh, I
Just-
did not know that. The
Woo!
things
There
you
you
learn.
New
Look
one
at
for me
that.
too.
There it is. I hear myself talking. I don't like it. Not at all. It's not fun at all. Really, really don't like that. But that's a very cool trick. I did not know that.
Well,
So choose the start and end time on your videos. Be a control freak. Now,
yeah.
this is the real new takeaway in this section for me personally, because I did not know you could do this before I saw it in one of our trainings. So I was attending, being an observer, and I'm like, how did you do that? So what we wanted to do was we wanted to display a piece of video in a website.
We literally
didn't-
have this question right now.
Oh yeah? Okay,
Yep.
awesome.
I knew
Okay,
you
here
would
we
want to know
go.
that.
I'm so excited. I'm
Yeah.
answering a question someone actually has instead of creating one on my own like normal. So this is the scenario. What you want to do is you want to have a website and you want to have a piece of a video in a website, and you just want this little piece of it to show. You want to control the start and the end time. Here's how you can make that happen. You're going to put the video into a slide, and you're going to set the start and end times in the slide. And then you're going to embed the slide in the site. And everything is on autoplay if you want, or they can hit play, either way. But when they get to the website, they're only going to see the piece of the video that you wanted them to from the slide.
It's perfect.
Is that making sense to everybody?
Yeah. And now they're going to be able to scrub that video. So if there is something that you don't want them to hear afterwards, like I know sometimes as teachers are like, oh, I wish they hadn't said that. And that it's not going to clip that out. They're still going to be able to scrub around. So that scrubbing means when you move a time on a video. So this is just kind of helping guide your viewers.
Yes, we're not that big of control freaks. If we want to go to that kind of control freak land, we still have to download the video and do illegal things, which we don't do. So don't do that. We're not supposed to. So I want to tell you about something really important before we wrap up today, and that is this. You can get free services when you purchase Education Plus or Chromebooks. And those services can be in one of three categories: deployment, educator training, which is what we're doing right now, or analytics. So if you have enjoyed these webinars with us and you would like to talk to us more, we would like to talk to you more. This is what we do all day long, every day. If your school district is a new customer for any of these upgrades to your Google platform, then you will be able to choose a partner and get education training or deployment or analytics. Yeah, it's so cool. And we have all different kinds of services you can pick from, and all of our fellow Google partners do too. So you guys really check this out. And don't think, well, I'm just a teacher, I don't know about this. If you know that your school district just got Education Plus or Teaching and Learning platform, then your school district's eligible for this. You really, truly may be the only person who knows that. So please make sure that your principal knows, or your central office folks know that you're entitled to this, and Google's giving it to you. Whether you accept it or not is up to you, and you should totally accept it. Anyone have anything to add to that? Did I miss anything important?
No, that's good. But we do have a question that came in that I want to make sure we go over, because we do
let's
know that this happens. And I'm not going to blame you, Daryl, because we know that this happens. But
Hey, just threw you right underneath the bus,
it
Daryl.
wasn't even a bus. It was just like a little bitty go-kart for like one. It was fine. But we have a lot of people who are asking, what is this Omnibox that you talked about? And that is Google's fancy word for my mom. You know what? My mom watches these. I shouldn't say this. So never mind. I'm not going to say it. But sometimes you call that, the searchy place or the address bar, or, those sort of things. So that's a lot of places. But really, Google's calls this the Omnibox. Omni being all knowing. And there's so many tricks that we can do up there. So a lot of people in the comments were asking, what is the Omni? What are you talking about? So we showed a few tricks up there. And today we talked about going to the Omnibox or the Omnibar. It's the Omnibox up there at the top.
And it does special things.
Lots of special things
up there, like roll dice, and you can roll some dice and other stuff like that. So yes, it's pretty cool. Lots of different tricks up there. All right. Thank you guys so much for attending with us today. We are almost done. I just want to remind you to sign up for next time because we have one bonus webinar left in this series that will be on the site. I don't know if it's there yet, but if it's not, it will be soon. And you do not want to miss it. It's going to be a demo slam from the Fried Technology team, and we're going to be showing you all of our favorite stuff that you can do in the teaching and learning platform of Google Workspace. It's going to be so super cool. So please do not miss that. I think it's next week, right?
Yes.
Yes,
wow.
yes. Everybody who's on our team listening, don't forget that's going to be next week.
We won't forget.
You've got to make your slide. Don't forget your Bitmoji. It's going to be in there. So sign up for next time. Yes, use your Bitmoji. And down at the bottom of these slides, when you get to this one, those are our social media links. We would love to see you on social media platforms. And thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you one more time next week. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.